Hare Krishna, everyone. For those who are here and for those who will be watching the videos, please accept my humble obeisances. And we'll start with a short kirtan. Today we have a very special topic. We'll keep the kirtan very short. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyadishatarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasad Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Shri Shri Harinam Sankirtan की जय कलयुग पावन हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. Everyone can raise their hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओं तत्सत्. आनन्दलीला मय विग्रहाय हेमाभ्यदिव्यच्छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रसाप्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते. चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते. चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते. Hare Krishna. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, Very nice to see you, Param Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Um, so today we have a very special topic, that is how we can have Lord answer our prayers. Like, what is our qualification? I mean, who doesn't want prayers to be heard, right? We all want prayers to be heard. So, bhakti is a very, very beautiful science. See, we all love science. What is this science? Science is gyan. Okay, and when that science is realized, um, so, or let me put it this way: when there is knowledge, that is called gyan, and when that knowledge becomes realized, that becomes science. That is vigyan. So, um, bhakti is a very, very sweet science. And what are we learning in this very sweet science? We are learning how to love Krishna. Why do we want to love Krishna? Can anyone answer this? Why do we really want to love Krishna? Why is it so important? We covered this briefly in our previous session also, and we covered this in the in past sessions as well. Why do we want to love Krishna? This is very important because we have to know why is it necessary to love Krishna? Can anyone say that? Yes, yes, Lalu Kaku. And Lalu Kaku he's our Kaku for everyone. And I see Ashok Chandra also. That no pranam. Yes, yes, Kaku, you can unmute. Why do we want to love Krishna?
we all want to be happy. And so that is the only instrument by which we can be happy, to love Krishna.
And why is that the only instrument to be happy?
Well, we as a human being in the material world, definitely we all want to be happy.
Yes, but why is that the only way of becoming happy?
Okay, all other way of those are not the permanent. Those are all temporary. We may be happy for little time, but during the course of the time, it will go away. But the permanent happiness, if we want to get it, the permanent peace and happiness, that is only by the devotional service. That is Krishna Prem.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other view, any other point anyone wants to mention?
I think I'm going
Yes,
to go back
Parvati.
to the lesson. Hare Krishna. I'm going to go
Hare
back
Krishna.
to the lesson that Shama Karunavai gave with the Kirtan, the main motive why we're here. And we're forgetting that. So, constantly reminding that we have to pray Krishna for anything, not for materialistic happiness, but that's what our main goal is as a human being, why we took the birth.
Okay. Anyone else? See, why I'm stopping here is because this point is very important. Unless and until this point is deeply seated in our heart. See, if the purpose is very deeply seated in our heart, then everything becomes very, very crystal clear. So, anyone else has any other point? Okay, fine. I think most of you know this, but just it may not be at the tip of your tongue. Let's address this. So let's go back to that story where the child is lost in the fun fair. This was our first session. Okay, for those of you who were not able to attend that first session, just let us hear this. So the child is lost in the fun fair, an infant lost in the fun fair, just crying, and many good people came to help the child. Okay, and everyone were just trying to think like, okay, why is this child crying? Okay, someone offers to give him like, okay, a warm blanket. Someone else offers to give him, and I'm just quickly summarizing this, but someone else, once getting the warm blanket, the child still continues to cry. So someone else says, no, that is not the main reason why the child is crying. He needs food. So he brings food, and then food is offered to the child, but the child continues to cry. So the another person comes and says, no, you did not get it. He needs medicine actually. He has some pain in his colic. Generally, see, infants have this colic pain. Here is the medicine. But the child continues to cry. But then someone comes back and says, okay, are you not Mr. Pandey's son? Ah, I know his father. Okay, the child cannot talk, but just by hearing his father's name, he becomes happy. And this person takes him to his father. Now, real question is, can the father take care of this child's needs for food? Can he take care of his child's need for medicines? Can he take care of getting a warm blanket for the child? Can he take care of any other thing for the child? The answer is yes. Father will take care of everything. Okay. Because that is his child. Okay. And he will lovingly do that. So, our position in this world is just like this small child. We are crying, we are disconnected from Father, as our Lalu Kaku was saying. And in this and why are we and we all want to be happy, but then if we are relating our happiness to the bodily comforts, okay, like it could be comfort for the body, like okay, the surroundings, or or the happiness because of our bodily relationships, if we are looking for happiness around that, then these things are very temporary because our body itself is temporary. Oh, I am very happy because my son did this. Does not mean that okay, we don't have to be happy. We have to be happy. The only thing is we have to understand this relation in terms of Krishna. Krishna gave me this family, and this child, okay, given to me by Krishna, okay, is becoming such a source of happiness. Only thing is if we just connect Krishna in between, everything starts falling in place. And we'll talk about this in a later session. Park this question, okay? We'll talk about it, why everything falls in place. What is so different about this? So, but why is it that we are still happy? There is a deep-rooted point here. And this thing we just touched very briefly in one of our previous sessions. And that is because Jivera Swarup hoy Nitya Krishna Das. The constitutional position of a jiva or a living entity is that it is eternally a servant of Krishna. We are like the quality of a jiva is that just like the quality of water is to quench the thirst, the quality of sugar, this quality in Sanskrit is called dharma. So the dharma of water is to quench the thirst. When we drink water, then our thirst is quenched. The quality of sugar is sweetness. The dharma of sugar is sweetness. Okay. The 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 dharma of ocean water, it's salty, right? It's yeah. I mean nowadays like there are so the ocean water like it's always like salty in nature. Similarly, the dharma or the quality of a jiva is to serve. If we carefully observe as jivas, we are constantly serving. We say we are busy. What are we doing? We are doing office work, or we are taking our family for a trip. That means we are serving family members. We are serving our office supervisor. We are trying to serve our, whether it's boss, whether it's parents, whether it's child, whether it's the neighbor's son who is admitted to the hospital. All this we are trying to serve at all times. But the real thing is, this is not our constitutional position. This is very important to understand. In all these equations, whatever we do, we we can get happiness, but that happiness is only temporary. Okay, just like okay, someone is spending time, someone is spending adequate time to bring up their child. They have given all their life to bring up that child. But that when that child grows up, he becomes to be an ungrateful person and he does not take care of its parents, his or her parents. Okay. He's he or she is always screaming at the parents. And the parent, like, okay, every time he gets a scream, he thinks that, okay, oh, I spent so much time. Sometimes parents also tell also, oh, I gave all my life for you. And what am I getting? Right? So, but you see in terms of like, okay, in supervisor, we may perform and outperform many people in the company. We may be best in class at our times. Technology changes, company wants to make profit, then you are a fresher in IT companies. Like for those who know, I have seen so many people who were the best in class in their companies, but they got laid off. Okay, or market goes down and you are best in class, but you are also a high earner. Company wants to cut cost, you are the first one to get fired. Okay, uh, and you have put your life and energy and life, heart, everything in that thing, but that is temporary. Someone who has been all his life in a very um, what to say, in a authoritative role, in a organization, when they retire, what happens? The same people who were always respecting, now you might see that, okay, hey, they look at you very differently. Or they may externally show respect, but then they may be like, okay, oh, I just have to do it for a formality. This is the nature of this world because this is temporary. Okay, we may get shocked. Oh, what is this? Like, okay, they are not respecting me anymore. But this is the nature of this world. But, and what is Krishna saying? Oh, my dear son, oh, my dear child, Jivero Swarup hoy Nitya Krishna Das. The constitutional position is you are actually Krishna's servant, eternal servant. Eternal means forever. You're my servant. But for this servant, think about what role Krishna is playing. What role is Krishna playing? Krishna is acting as a servant of how? Because no matter whatever body we have taken ant body, we have taken pig body, eating stools, or we have taken mm, mm, rat body, we are eating like, okay, garbage, or we have taken a human body, or we have taken a demigod body, or we are in a hellish planet, like, okay, we have taken a very terrible body. In all the bodies, Krishna is present in our heart as Paramatma, waiting for that day when we will come back and say that, okay, is my Lord, I am yours. Please accept me. So that because we are till the point we are outside of our constitutional position, because think about this, we may give a lot of quality time. We may think that, okay, I'm giving a lot of quality time to my spouse. Okay, but there will be a point we may not be able to meet all the requirements of our spouse. There will be a time when we cannot meet that requirement of the spouse. And when that spur of the moment comes, we are not the best. We may think ourselves to be the best, but we are not the best. Same thing for a child. Okay, we may put all the energy in bringing up a child. One is bad behavior, but then the other thing is we don't know. We are so attached to this child. At the next moment, we lose the child in an accident, and our entire life is gone. Okay, because we consider ourselves to be the doer of activities. Prakriti kriya manani kunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimudhatma karta aham iti manyate. Ahankara, in because of false ego, the vimudhatma, the foolish persons think that karta aham iti manyate. They are thinking themselves to be the doer of the activities, but actually I am helping them orchestrate everything. Not Krishna himself, but Prakriti. Prakriti means the laws of the by the laws of the nature they are given. We don't choose the family that we come in. We are given a family. Okay, we can't say, okay, I want that father. No. I want to take birth in America. No. We land in a place and then we grow up in a place. So this thing is very important to understand because this is a very, very important aspect. This is a foundation pillar. If we know why we cannot be happy, as long as once we understand this becomes the stepping stone towards the next steps. So as we are going through these foundational pillars, okay, of these Bhakti Basics, for those of you who have not been able to attend in the previous sessions, okay, I would highly encourage, because we are all looking for happiness. And what is Bhakti? Bhakti is a, I would say, I would put it this way. It is a rocket launcher for taking us to the kingdom of bliss. We don't have to go outside of this life to feel that bliss. We can be within this life and we could be in any situation, but we could still experience the bliss at every point. So now let us come to the topic, that is on the what is the qualification for the prayers to get to be heard by the Lord. So I want to once again recap, because there are few foundational principles here. I want to once again recap. Does anyone remember or wants to summarize why we have this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita? Does anyone remember that?
Yes.
Okay, please share that. What? Why do we have Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita?
You were mentioning that Bhagavad Gita is the manual for life, for a human life. And then Srimad Bhagavatam is like the case studies. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita you were saying was the how to act with the devotees, I think. I might be getting that wrong, but I think that's what you said, Prabhuji.
Anyone else wants to add anything? Thank you, Anang Mai Chitra. Okay, let me just quickly summarize that. Bhagavad Gita is the word spoken by the Lord. See, Bhagavad Gita. Gita means Geet, in song. And who is singing this song? Bhagavat. Bhagavat is for it is representing Bhagavan. It is the song of the Lord. Okay, this is what Krishna is giving. It is the instructions given by the Lord. Okay, these are the words spoken by the Lord. And what is, as Anangmai Chitra said, the activities of the Lord are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So what does this Lord do? Okay, we have had previous class where we discussed, like, okay, who is the Supreme Lord? Okay, so we discussed about what is the position of the demigods, and then what is the position of Krishna. That we discussed, okay, in very detail. So I'm not going there. Okay, but then now that we know Bhagavan, what is his activities, and then the third one is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita is the mind of the Lord. Okay, how does he think like? See, here is the thing. Let's take this example. Why do we need to understand this? Because, see, in a very material concept, if we have to please our children, or if someone has to please his wife, someone has to please his boyfriend or girlfriend, okay, or someone has to please husband, or someone has to please the boss, in whatever relation, what do we need to know? We need to know what is it that the other person likes. See, unless we know what the other person likes, I may do anything, like I may think that I did great. But will that really help? It will not help. Okay. Like, just to give an example, like we may put together a project with so much effort, like not telling anyone, and we created something, and last 6 months we had a project created, but then when the boss looks at it, they'll say, like, what is this? Or we may bring a diamond necklace for the spouse, and once on seeing this, they said, okay, I don't like diamonds. 5 lakhs on this diamond. If the person says, I don't like diamond, why did you bring this? It's like, okay, this was my life's earnings. So it's useless, fruitless. So in order to please someone, we need to know what do they like. So that is why it is very, very important to study what are the activities of the Lord and how does he think. See, whole idea is we are trying to be happy by serving anyone, but unless and until we have a connection with higher up, whatever services we are rendering, it will be fruitless after some time. So it is very, very important that we serve in the right place. There is one very nice ad used to come in India. I heard this Tata Sky ad. there was one tagline, इसको लगा डाला तो life झिंगा लाला. so it is like this. If we have that relation with Krishna, right? इसको लगा डाला तो life झिंगा लाला. then we have the shortcut recipe for everything. Okay, because he is the doer. He's saying that, okay, I am only the doer, boss. Everything, like even कोई पत्ता भी मेरे permission के बगैर हिलता नहीं है. Not even a blade of grass moves without my permission. And we have a direct connection with that personality. Then what is our position? We don't have to really worry. See, think about it. In the battlefield, Arjun, he is a devotee of the Lord. And what position does Lord take? He takes position of his chariot driver. Chariot driver. What is the position of a driver? A driver is a very menial position. I mean, how many of you, like, we hire drivers? Okay. When we reach a place, we say, okay, just wait here, I'll be back. Whether we come back in 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, we'll pay him for that. Okay, that's it. That person is supposed to wait. It's a servant position. Why does the Lord take that servant position? Out of love. Because in reciprocation of that devotee's love, this, my dear friends, this is the love that is there between the Lord and his devotees. When we try to exchange love in the material platform, in this material world, it is not the perfect one. It is perverted because we are trying to expect something in return. But when we serve the Lord out of love, Lord does not keep anything balanced. Immediate reciprocation is there. he immediately reciprocates. And that is the nature. We can see any example of the Lord and his devotees. See, like, take for example Srila Prabhupada's example. He came to America at the age of 69. He had 2 heart attacks. It was impossible for him to survive. He was 38 days in a cargo ship. We are not talking about A350 airlines or whatever, like nowadays some new Air India has some new flight. We are not talking about those luxury airlines. We are talking about a cargo ship, not even a passenger ship. He had seasickness, 2 heart attacks, 69. That means the countdown has begun in our material perspective. If I'll be very honest, like if we were in that position, forget we, I'll put myself, like if I were in that position, okay, we face like a difficult situation like that, I might think, okay, oh, is there a way to go back? But he continued. And can you see the reciprocation of the Lord? In the next 10 years, he built 108 temples. He did not come with $1 billion. He came with 40 useless rupees from India. That's all he had, and he did not know where he will go. And with that kind of surrender, he is getting the reciprocation where there are 108 temples during his time. Now there is almost 1,000 temples. Now, if devotees go across places, I'll tell very honestly, when I travel, okay, when I was a meat eater, okay, I could go and eat in any restaurants. That is my background, very fallen background. But then nowadays when I travel, I'm thinking, okay, where will I have prasad? Oh, there is an ISKCON temple there. Go and have prasad there. Oh, in my way, there is a temple. So go and have prasad. In fact, like, okay, when we were traveling, like I had a 2-day journey once. I was traveling with my parents. At that time, like, okay, there is one devotee who hosted us for overnight. They gave us very, very opulent prasad. How is all this happening? because Srila Prabhupada created that environment. I did not know this devotee also. Someone connected me, like, see, like in the past, what would happen is, like, if someone comes to our home, we'll at least check their, do a valid background check, right? Like, okay, oh, is this, can we allow this person to stay here? Nothing. Can you imagine, like, okay, and where is the root of this? The root of this is Srila Prabhupada's surrender. His surrender during his journey when he went. With that being said, I want to have this prayer which we can which we can all listen together. Is everyone with me so far? Any questions so far? Yes, no? Okay.
No
All
question, Prabhuji.
All right. So, okay. Thank you. So I would like to, once again, before I go to this prayer, I want to mention one more thing. In the last class, we also mentioned the most magnanimous position of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I want to give an example. Okay, I told, like, when he came, uh, his mood of giving mercy was, whoever is the most fallen, they get the maximum mercy. Now, this thing has never been done in the past, never in the history of the of our since Satya Yuga. Never has this happened that the most fallen persons get the maximum mercy. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission was those who are the most fallen. He wanted to deliver them. This is unthinkable. Think about this. Most like if you see many places, there are boundary conditions that, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that, like that. But Mahaprabhu came with an objective that, okay, he wanted to distribute this to everyone. There was absolutely no distinction between anyone and everyone. He came to distribute the pure love. And we discussed in last session one important thing. Why is this Krishna Prem important? Krishna Prem is important because Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra were present next to Krishna, but they could not see Krishna as God. But Yudhishthir, in that same assembly, Yudhishthir, Vidur, the Pandavas, they were present, but they could understand Krishna as God. So why? Because they had love towards Krishna. They had Krishna Prem. That is why out of love, they were reciprocating with Krishna. But since Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan and the Kauravas, they did not have love towards Krishna. That is why they could not get the benefit. So this love changes the equation. See, at our home also, see things like this. Okay, if we have loving reciprocation with any member of the family or with all members of the family, see, it becomes so like our day becomes so joyful, right? But on the contrary, if you think that, okay, if our day, we may be living in a bungalow, but our day starts with a scream. Okay, we hear a scream that we are being called like this, we are being yelled at, or we yell at others. It is so pathetic. If we are only looking for, like, okay, faults of others, or others are looking at faults of us, then it is so pathetic, right? So love is a very, very important thing. Like, okay, uh, it's a very, very important aspect of our life, because no matter whatever we do, you can very meditate on this fact. Whatever activities that we are doing is being done to either give love or to get love. Okay, this because any activity, we work because we can feed our family. What will be that? We can feed our family. That is, we want to exchange our love in that way. We want to get a good house loan because we can keep our family there. That is our reciprocation of love. We want to go and get some good food because so that we can reciprocate the love. Okay, any activities you take. So this love is an important aspect. And we also spoke about that this love that we exchange in the material world is temporary. What is the highest form of that love? When we have that same loving reciprocation towards the Supreme Lord. Okay, so, and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to distribute this love. So let us go into this particular prayer. Shama Karunamai touched this topic, but I know that okay, there were only, I think, that day many were traveling. So I want to touch upon this aspect, and so that we can cover this. So let me go ahead and share my screen. This is a very nice website for those of you who are interested. It is a very it's a very nice website, KK Songs, and it has many Vaishnav bhajans. Even if you may not know the bhajan, if you go and read the translations, okay, sometimes like what we discuss, is very, very enlightening actually. So let us sing this. This is a very, very, if you sing this prayer, if you understand this, it will be very wonderful. So I'll sing this once and then we can quickly go into the meanings of this. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jibe Daya Kori Swaparshad Shriyo Dhama Shaho Abotari Atyanta Durlabha Prema Kori Bareda Shikhaye Sharanagati Bhagoter Pran দৈন্য আত্মনিবেদন গোপ্তৃত্বে বরা অবশ্যই রাখিবে কৃষ্ণা বিশ্বাস পালন ভক্তি অনুকূল মাত্র কার্যের শিকার ভক্তি প্রতিকূল ভাব বর্জন অঙ্গীকার ষড়ঙ্গ শরণাগতি হইবে যাহার তাহার প্রার্থনা শুনে শ্রীনন্দ কুমার রূপ সনাতন পদে দাতে ত্রিনাদ করি ভক্তি বিনোদ পড়ে দুপাদ ধরি কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে আমি তো অধম শিখায় শরণাগতি করো হে উত্তম কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া বলে আমি তো অধম শিখায় শরণাগতি করো হে উত্তম. Now we will go through this prayer, but we'll go through this prayer in a slightly different order. That really, I was just thinking, okay, that really attracts our hearts. Rather than going through the first sessions, we will directly go to the fifth verse. Fifth verse is saying, Shadanga Sharana Goti hoibe jahar tahar prarthana shune Shinanda Kumar. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his causeless mercy, he came to this world. Okay, that is the first line it is saying. And what did he do? Swaparshada Shwiyadham Shaha Avatari. That means when he came, he brought his dham along with that, and he brought his own persons also along with him. It is saying like this: when Krishna comes, he does not come alone. See, when when Obama, when our Narendra Modi, when he goes anywhere, he does not go alone. Okay, they go with his own. He goes with his own team. Okay, he has his own flight, right? So similarly, when God is coming, when Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna himself is coming, he brings his own team in there. And why is he coming? He's coming here Atyanta Durlabh Prem, very, very rare Prem, Krishna Prem. He has come to do what? Kori Bare Dan. He has come to distribute that. Okay, he is giving it away. And what he's doing? Shikhaye Sharanagati Bhakatir Pran. He's teaching how to do Sharanagati. And this is the life and soul of the devotees. Now let us go, having understood that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give this, now let's go to this fifth point. Shadanga Sharanagoti Hoi Bejahar. This Sharanagati has 6 anga, means there are 6 parts of this Sharanagati. Okay, one who absorbs this and follows these 6 parts, what happens? Tahara prarthana shune Sri Nanda Kumar. His prayers will be heard by Sri Nanda Kumar. Who is Sri Nanda Kumar? Sri Krishna. Nanda Baba's son, Krishna. He will hear his prayers. Now question is, how many of us wants our prayers to be heard? Do we want our prayers to be heard? No one wants our prayers to be heard? Yes. Yes. So, so, this is the secret for how our prayers will be heard. So then what is being said? Let's hear what those 6 things are. Dainya Atma Nivedana Goptritevaran Avashay Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palan Bhakti Anukula Matra Karjera Shikar Bhakti Pratikula Bhavo Bharjan Angikar. Dainya. Dainya means humility. Atma Nivedan. Atma Nivedan means surrendering our own self, using us as an instrument of Krishna. We will understand these each points in more detail. Goptritve Varan, that means always thinking Krishna is my only maintainer. If I have a problem, I'll go to, I need money. So there are different demigods for different purposes. You need a good husband, you go to Mother Uma. You need good health, you do Surya Puja. You want like, okay, good eyesight, you do this puja. You want a good job, you do this puja. Okay, there are many brahmanas who do fire sacrifice also. Come, we'll do this thing, give you this astrological stone, this, that, whatnot. But what is Goptritra Varan? That means considering Krishna is my only maintainer. Ananya Bhakta. Ananya means or koi nahi, no one else but Krishna. I know no one else but Krishna. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwas Palan. Guaranteed Krishna will protect. Have that Vishwas. Okay. So how will we get that Vishwas? It will come. How will it come? It will come as we move as we continue to practice bhakti with time. Like, okay, if we are sincere, we will get firm convictions. Bhakti anukula matra karjera shikar Bhakti pratikula bhava varjan angikar. Now this is the most backbone of these 6 processes of bhakti. Bhakti anukul matra karjera shikar. That means accepting those things which are favorable for bhakti, and bhakti pratikul bhav varjan angikar, means rejecting those things which are unfavorable for bhakti, accepting those things which are favorable for bhakti, and rejecting those things which are unfavorable for bhakti. So, and then when we do these 6 things, what will happen? Lord will hear our prayers. So many times we might be having challenges doing this. So of course we need guidance, but in addition to that, what is Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying that, okay, Rupa sanatana pade date trina kori bhakti vinoda pade duhu pada dhori. That means he goes to Rupa and Sanatan. We will discuss about Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami. At their lotus feet, they are the acharyas and they are the direct disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So falling at their feet and date trina kori means with humility, keeping a straw in between his teeth. It is a sign of humility. Bhakti Vinod Thakur falls down at their lotus feet and holds their lotus feet. And what he's saying is, Kandiya Kandiya bole amito adhama shikhaye sharanagati koro he uttama. Crying and crying, weeping and weeping, he's saying, I am most fallen. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is not most fallen, but this he's crying out of genuine humility. But it is our condition. He's teaching us. See, when the teacher comes and teaches ABCD, that does not mean that the teacher does not know ABCD. Teacher is teaching the kids to do. In this case, he's teaching us how to pray. Shikhaye sharanagati karo he uttama. Please teach me this sharanagati. Please make me uttam bhakt. Uttam bhakt is, it's the topmost class of devotee, a pure devotee. So that means teach me how to be Krishna's most favorite devotee. Let us look at it this way. Okay, so if we are Krishna's most favorite, do we really need to worry about anything? We don't need to worry about anything. Okay, if we are Krishna's most favorite, then there is absolutely nothing to worry. See, thing is, if we look at it, when Arjun was offered, Arjun and Duryodhan were there next to Krishna when they were offered, do you need my Narayani Sena, which has 9 lakh soldiers, or do you need me who will not fight? Okay, just close your eyes and think for one moment. On one side is Narayani Sena, who has never lost a battle. On another side is Krishna, who is very strong, understood. Okay, but then he will not fight the battle. Now, we sometimes say, right, let me apply my brains and think, oh, technically, like analytically, they have always won the battle. You have also won the battle, but you are not going to fight. He's not going to lift a weapon. Which option are we going to choose? What does our brain say? You choose that Narayani Sena. That means, but what did Arjun choose? He said, I want you, Krishna. Krishna asked him, why did you choose me? Duryodhan just smiled and he left away. He thought, what this fool is. He was given the first chance to say and he spoke Krishna. When Duryodhan left, Krishna asked him, Arjun, why did you choose me? I'm not even going to fight. Arjun says, I don't want to. It's fine, Krishna. If I don't win the war also, it's fine. But I want you only. That is love. Who won the battle, we all know. Okay. Krishna broke his promise to lift weapon also for Arjun. That is Krishna. That is the love between Lord and devotee. If we can understand what is this love, our life will explode actually with bliss. If we can understand even a drop of that, it will explode with bliss. So that is the relation of that between a Lord and devotee. Draupadi was stuck. Durvasa Muni, 60,000 disciples came. They want to have, right now only want to have prasad. They just want to take bath. And they will come, and they are not in their palace. They are in the forest. They have to feed Durvasa Muni, otherwise he will curse him. What happens? Draupadi, what does she do? She calls out for Krishna. Krishna comes and Draupadi says, okay, I'm hungry, Draupadi, please give me. Draupadi says, Krishna, please don't make fun of me. I am in trouble. My husband will get cursed. They will die here. And Durvas means, okay, with whom no one can do vas. No one can stay with him because he's such a difficult personality. Okay, he can curse anytime. And that Krishna is coming and asking Draupadi, go give me something to eat. Then Draupadi is unable to find anything. Draupadi says, I have nothing. I ate from my Akshapatra. Now I can't give anything. Krishna says, no, see, there is something there. Actually, Krishna plants that thing there. Krishna plants it for his devotee so that he can have it. Prakriti kriyamanani unai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimudhatma karta aham iti manyate. That is what I was saying, that okay, Krishna is the doer. If we accept in our life that Krishna is the doer, he is the doer, I am just an insignificant instrument, our life will become so blissful because we can see him doing everything around us. So he takes, Draupadi gives that grain, I mean one grain of that. Actually, I have heard two versions. One is like, okay, there is a grain of rice, and another also I've heard there is a piece of palak there. Srimad Bhagavatam describes there is a piece of palak there. Okay, and then Draupadi gives that, and as soon as Krishna has that, he burps, and Durvasa Muni and his 60,000 disciples who are taking bath in Yamuna, they also burp. And they are so ashamed they don't come back. They just run away from there. And Bhim goes to call them, please come, please come. And then Durvasa says that, okay, arey, run. They have cooked for 60,000 people. It is such an embarrassment. We can't go and eat. And Bhim is running after them, please, please come. And these people just flee off. Can you imagine? Can you see, just in your mind, just think about this situation. Are we put into difficult situation in our life? And in those situations, how many times do we remember Krishna? It's a test. It's a test. How many times do we become angry on the next person, trying to blame someone else versus remembering Krishna? It's a test. Because if we remember Krishna, then our life is successful. How will that come? If we are regularly taking shelter of Krishna, if we are chanting, and during chanting, if we remember this last line of this prayer, I would suggest each of you to remember this prayer, because this prayer can change your life. Kandi, this is the prayer for chanting. Kandiya, kandiya, bole amito adhama, shikhaye sharanagati karo he uttama. Weeping and crying, saying that, okay, I am a very fallen, I'm very insignificant. Please make me uttama. Please teach me Sharanagati and please make me uttama. So I told about one thing that I said that, okay, this bhakti anukul matra, accepting those things which are favorable and rejecting those things which are unfavorable. See, we are talking about Krishna. So it is very important to know what is favorable and which is unfavorable. Okay. So for favorable things, there are four things, and we should remember this by very, very easy ABCD rule. What is this A? A means association, association of saintly people. Okay, who are those saintly people? Basically, those who are always, those who at least, okay, they are talking about Krishna. They are not just talking about Krishna, but whatever they are talking, they are applying in their lives. Okay, so what we call in English as walk the talk. So when someone is has understood the principles that Krishna is giving in Bhagavad Gita and are themselves trying to apply it, they may be striving hard to apply it. Okay, let us have them in our association. Having association of those people with whom we feel inspired to perform bhakti, we should take that association. Then B is books. So we talked about these books, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. I would say, okay, we should uh, limit ourselves to this. And there is a very nice book which I read. This is called, it's a very thin book called Chant and Be Happy. It's an amazing book, and it's a very, very inspiring book. It has been written by George Harrison. So, George Harrison, for those of you who do not know, I think most of you may know this, but George Harrison is from the Beatles group. He was um, he was a top guitarist in the 70s, and he had all the opulence of the world. He was so rich, and he had the like people at that time were ready to do whatever George would do. There were so many girls like who were after him, and there were so many. He had so much of wealth and opulence, but despite of all that, George writes like, okay, how much he was feeling the void from within. See, many people of us, we have different goals in our lives, and whom we consider our ideal determines what our journey is going to be. So this is a very short, it's a very simple book. It's not a scriptural book. It's about a general, okay, very smoothly flowing book, okay, which I highly recommend reading, okay. It's and it will, no matter okay, whatever you're doing, it will really highly inspire you. So we talked about books, and then C is chanting. I hope all of you are regularly chanting, and in this chanting of this Maha Mantra is very, very effective. And now today I'm going to tell you something, because we are now in, I think this is the 7th session. I want to tell you one more thing. So chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is very important. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And when we chant on the beads, if someone needs help, I can show also like how to chant on the beads. Is there anyone who is not chanting here? Or who does not know how to chant on the beads? Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so I would take it as everyone is aware. But before we chant, because I know this video will be seen by many people other than those who are already present here, but before we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it is very important that we chant the Panchatattva Mantra. That is Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. When we chant this mantra before the Maha Mantra, then what happens is it gives us a very protective covering, because while doing the Maha Mantra, if there are any mistakes if we are doing, then this acts as a protective covering. Not just that, I want to tell you about one very special feature of this mantra. So this invokes Mahaprabhu's mercy, Mahaprabhu and his parshads, that is his associates' mercy. And by this mercy, I want to tell you one very brief stint, that is those who are not just beef eaters, but there are people in Africa who used to eat cow's blood. It was that kind of, you can think about how much gross it can get. But those people, they were asked by Srila Prabhupada and his disciples to chant the Panchatattva mantra. And do you know what was the result of that? Those people gave up drinking blood of cows. They gave up cows. They became devotees. And they are sincerely practicing this Bhagavad Gita. Wow. I mean, it's amazing. See, the whole idea of this Hare Krishna movement, what Prabhupada showed, what Mahaprabhu came to give us, he did not come to kill anyone in this form. He came to kill the demons in our heart. And it is the demons in our heart which makes us feel unhappy. When the demons are killed, then anyway we automatically become happy. So that is, we talked about C as chanting, and D is diet. In diet, it is very important that whatever we eat, we offer it to Krishna. When we offer our diet to Krishna, then we invoke his mercy. When we offer, it is called bhoga. When we take it, it becomes prasad. Okay, what is the easiest way to offer? So someone who is already, what do we offer to Krishna? We don't offer any non-vegetarian food or any onion garlic. Let's say if in our house those items are being made, then whatever are the items that are being made without these items, without onion garlic and without non-vegetarian egg and other things, and mushroom also, if we can remove those, other than that, whatever is being made, like dal chawal, simple dal chawal or so, and masoor dal is also not to be given to Lord. So other than this, let's say tuvar dal or moong dal or rice, chapati, these things we can offer to the Lord with nice ghee. Okay, that we can just put a tulsi leaf, and then we can go and take it to the Lord. We can say the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times and request the Lord from our heart that, please, my dear Lord, what can we offer you? Please accept this offering and please be pleased. So by doing this, we are inviting Krishna to accept the offering, and thereby, and we want to tell him that, okay, please be pleased with this offering and please bless us so that we can become pure devotees. We should pray for being pure devotees. We should strive for being pure devotees. What does pure devotee means? That devotee who is very dear to Krishna. So how many of us really want to be very, very dear to Krishna? See, we want to be dear to our bosses, we want to be dear to our family members, but think about it. When we are most dear to Krishna, how much of a pristine position that is. So we talked about 4 things. That is, those which are anukul. Anukul is one is A is association, B is reading Prabhupada books, Bhagavad Gita as it is. Then Srimad Bhagavatam, we can read that. We can start with this chant and be happy, because if we read with smaller books, this is my technique actually. I am not a very avid reader. I was never an avid reader, but in order to start reading, we have to get taste in reading, because we may have left reading long back, or we may be used to hearing. So then we have to find out, okay, where am I getting taste actually? And we have to hear from those speakers which are bona fide. See, we may be hearing a lot of Krishna Katha on YouTube, but if they are not bona fide, if whatever consciousness that they are delivering, right, that we will get. So we may hear a lot of things, but our heart is not getting transformed. So if we hear from the right source, then our heart will get transformed. We'll get love towards Krishna. We can't live without hearing. So we talked about association, we talked about books, C is for chanting, and D is for diet. And what is the pratikul? Which are the things that are to be avoided? We talked about this. These are associated with the 4 pillars of dharma. What are those 4 pillars? Satyam, Saucham, Daya and Tapas. And what are the things, what are the principles that are to be taken care of, which should be avoided? That is no meat eating, of course, no egg as well, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. Because when we do this, this is securing our position in the hellish planet. Okay, and if we are moving towards hell, then we cannot get love towards Krishna. Okay, so if we continue to do those things which Krishna doesn't like, see, one is, oh, restrict this thing. But another thing is, if we understand, okay, this thing will not please him. My goal is I want to go to Boston, but if I take a plane towards California, will I reach Boston? I'll not go there. Means, just for those of you who are in India, I want to put it this way: like, okay, if we are in Madhya Pradesh, we want to go towards West Bengal, but we take an opposite flight towards Mumbai, then I'm not going to go towards West Bengal. Okay, so if we know where we want to go, accordingly we should pave our path that way. And why should we pave our path that way? Because, see, we are in this life, no matter we may be happy, we may be sad, different situations that we may be going through, it is a result of our past activities. If we, from now on, if we think that, okay, no matter whatever has been my past, but from this point of time, I really want to rectify my future, okay, I want to live a blissful life, then in that case, and if I want to sincerely try to at least strive to follow whatever I'm doing, and wherever I'm having difficulties, I want to take guidance, like, okay, from those who are in this, who are practicing this, because there will be difficulties. It may not be straightforward. Oh, my family situation is like this, what do I do? Things like that. Questions may come, like, okay, then we should take guidance in that case, because we have to make sure that, okay, as we are moving through this path, like, okay, we are taking everyone along with us, actually. That way we are able to go smoothly in our path. So that being said, like, okay, we covered on the Anukul and Pratikul. These are very important. If we are able to address this, then this becomes our foundation for building in the other aspects. Actually, slowly the other aspects start coming in. Why is it so? It's just like the example of a doctor. When we go to the doctor, we say, okay, I have a fever. What will the doctor say? Okay, I'm giving you this tablet, but along with that, you should have it with food, and you should not have fried food. So he tells something that we have to do and something that we don't have to do. These are the things, like, okay, that Anukul and Pratikul. What we should do is we should chant, we should associate with saintly people, we should read books, Prabhupada books, and then we should have a prasad as diet. Prasad means mercy. We are invoking Lord's mercy. Srila Prabhupada, like, I was just hearing today of a very, very exalted devotee. I was hearing, like, she was mentioning that, okay, that Srila Prabhupada, like, okay, when he started this movement, Hare Krishna movement in US, he did not have any disciples, he did not have anything. He used to cook on his own. He would make all the cooking of his own, and he would distribute prasad. So when initially, in those initial days, he would make gulab jamun, and he would keep it at the entrance of the temple. Anyone who comes in, those drug addicts, drunkards, they would come, they would have this gulab jamun, and they would get so much taste out of it because it's offered to the Lord. Okay, with pure devotion, they would have this, and slowly they got addicted to having this, and they used to come and have that, and that through that prasad, their hearts change. They developed love, and those people became pure devotees. Can you imagine? Like, okay, so this is the success of this, like, this Krishna consciousness. It has so much transforming effect on our heart. So with that being said, I will conclude here. If anyone has any questions, we can take that, or any comments or any suggestions. I know I once again went over time, but I was just trying to cover, like, okay, the aspects that are associated with this, so that, like, okay, we can, as we move along, we can add that. And in our next sessions, we'll try to do a little bit of revision also as we go forward, because I know, like, okay, it's Kali Yuga memory. My memory is also Kali Yuga memory, and, like, okay, I'm sure, like, all of you are very sincere, but just to make sure that, okay, we are all getting that through, we'll have some kind of interactive sessions so that okay, we are all those of you who remember it, okay, they can share and the others can benefit out of it, and we all could remember something or the other, and then we can contribute in that way. Like we all can progress hand in hand. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत कृष्ण प्रभुपाद की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंदी. So, any questions or any comments by anyone? Yes, Lalu Kaku, please. You can unmute. No, you have to unmute. Kaku, you have to unmute. Yes.
In very simple language, how nicely you have explained. We are very, very grateful to you. Very, very grateful to you. Very nicely explained. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our Guru Parampara. I am just a very menial instrument. Very, very menial. It's very insignificant, but that is how it is their words. And I'm just a very small loudspeaker in the street as the acharyas, they are sharing their, it is their acharya vani as we are repeating. We can just try to be simple loudspeakers. Hare Krishna. Thank you for inspiring me. Anyone else has any comment or any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I agree with Lalu Kaku. The revision from previous lessons, thank you so much for sharing that, because like you said, the memories, we forget. So I appreciate that, the main foundation that you repeat that all the time. So thank you for feeding the little portion of Gulam Jabu today to us. Appreciate that. Very much appreciate. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Varun Mataji. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara. Anyone else has any comments or any suggestions, questions? If not, then we can end it here. Anyone? Param Prabhu or Abhishek Prabhu, anything from your end? Was this pace okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, the pace was okay. And I know I have not been regular, so I have missed out on the previous classes. So yeah, I'll try to catch up with that as well and be prepared for the next one. And thank you so much for explaining things so simply and clearly.
Hare Krishna, and no problem about that. Okay, see, the thing is, the whole idea is, okay, as a group, how can we progress together? There are times in my life I have not been regular either. I have lost many years. Like now, as I look back, I feel that okay, I lost so many crucial years of my life. Okay, not knowing about this. So, and I really feel, um, uh, I really feel that okay, that it has been missed out. But then, whatever time is there, okay, let's try to utilize. Time is running out. Thank you, Param Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Please take care, everyone. And my sincere prayers at the lotus feet of Shishi Radha Kunja Bihari, Shishi Radha Gopijan Vallabh, Shishi Patita Pavan Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai, and Shishi Gaur Nitai, for all of you and all of your families, that may they bestow the choicest blessings of whatever is best for you. Hare Krishna. Please take care. Dandot Pranam.